So, welcome everyone. We are moving on with the second part of the same concept which we were discussing, ratio and proportion. So, I hope you must have been thorough with the problems we had done in the case of ratio and proportion, and today we will discuss the next level questions which had been asked. So, here the first question, which is from 2015, is that the monthly incomes of Peter and Paul are in the ratio 4:3. Isn't it? This is something is related to income and expenditure. So, what is the relation between income equal to expenditure plus savings? Right. So, that is the basic idea which we need to know to solve this problem and the idea of ratio. So, monthly incomes of Peter and Paul are in the ratio 4:3. So, income I am taking as 4x and 3x for Peter and Paul, wasn't it? And their expenses are in the ratio 3:2. So, their expenses, let it be 3y and 2y. I just don't know the rest, how I could take it, or how I could explain it, or how I could consider it. So, I just put that the parameter which is getting cut off while making it in the case of in a ratio, it will be case of x in the case of income, and it will be y in the case of expenditure. This is the parameter which is cut off here. This is the parameter which is cut off in the case of income, isn't it? In the case of ratio, if we are in 12:10, we will cut it as 6:5, right? So, 2 is cut off here. Similarly, x is cut off here, and y is the parameter which is cut out from both numbers. So, here we are having 4x and 3y for Peter and 3x and 2y for Paul. So, I told you income equal to expenditure plus savings. So, income minus expenditure will give you savings, right? So, here 4x minus 3y will give you the savings of Peter, and 3x minus 2y will give you the savings of Paul, but that is given as 6,000, right? That means for both the persons they are saving the equal amount of 6,000. 4x minus 3y equal to 6,000, 3x minus 2y equal to 6,000. So, how will you solve this one? We will multiply it into 3 to make the coefficients same. So, this will become 12x minus 9y equal to 18,000, and here it will become 12x minus 8y equal to 24,000. And now this is having same coefficients, so we can cut out all those, and the rest is minus y equal to minus 6,000. So, we got the value of y as 6,000. Then if y is 6,000, what they are asking, what are the monthly incomes? If y is 6,000, 3x minus 2 into 6,000 equal to 6,000, right? So, minus 12,000 equal to 6,000. So, 3x equal to 18,000 and x equal to 6,000. So, value of x is also 6,000, right? So, what is being asked? The incomes of Peter and Paul. What are the incomes? 4 into 6,000 and 3 into 6,000. That means 24,000 and 18,000. Those are the values of incomes of Peter and Paul. I hope all are clear. We just applied the concept of income minus expenditure equal to savings. Both the savings are given. We are assuming that 4x is the savings of Peter, then 3x will be the savings of Paul, because they should be in the ratio 4:3. 3y is the expenditure of Peter, and then 2y will be the expenditure of Paul, 3:2, isn't it? So, 4x minus 3y will be the savings of whom? Peter, and 3x minus 2 will be the savings of pole. So hence the rest is simple mathematical calculation. We just equated, made equal this coefficients, and we subtracted out this x term, and we found out the value of y. Substitute the value of y's value here in any of the equation, we will find the value of x, and which is needed to calculate to find out the incomes of Peter and Paul, isn't it? So that will be enough to understand the concept. Next is the a bit more elaborative concept of income. In the case of income, they are asking the total emoluments of two persons are the same. Okay, total emoluments in what basic salaries are the same, but one gets allowances to the extent of 65% of his basic pay, and the other gets allowances to the extent of 80% of his basic pay. So emoluments or salary is given by basic pay plus allowances, right? So here salaries of two persons are the same, isn't it? So salary is same. Let it be Rohit and Ritik. They are having same salary. That means basic pay plus allowances of here equal to basic pay plus allowances of Ritik, right? But does that means that basic pays are equal? No, isn't it? They are just telling the total salary of Rohit equal to total salary of Ritik. Okay, so this basic, let it be 1 or let it be 1 basic pay of Rohit and allowances of Rohit. This together is equal to basic pay of Ritik and allowances of Ritik all together. So this is the condition, and they are telling you one way to calculate this allowance. How? Allowances to the extent of 65% of basic pay, isn't it? Basic pay plus allowance is 65% of basic pay, isn't it? This is the first case. Second case, basic pay plus allowance is what? 80% of his basic pay. 80% of basic pay, right? So this is getting equal. They are telling this allowance is extending to 65% of basic pay in the first case, and allowance is here 80% of basic pay in the second case. So this is the concept. What will we do? We will take out this basic pay 1 plus 0.65, right? 65 by 100 is 0.65. We are taking out BP1. The remaining will be 1 plus 0.65 equal to basic pay 2 into 1 plus 0.80. So this will be the ratio, this will be the relations. Now what will you do? Again we need the ratio of former to latter, BP1 by basic pay 2. The ratio of basic pay of former to latter. That is one more way of representation of ratio. 2, either we put 2 or we put by or we put is 2. All those are representation of ratios. So here also former to latter is being asked. So it will become BP1 to BP2, basic pay 1 to basic pay 2. And what is the ratio? Here it is 1.8, right? 1 plus 0.8 is 1.8 and 1 plus 0.65 is 1.65 equal to what? We will put it as 180 by 165, cutting 36 by 33, cutting 12 by 11. So the ratio is 12 is to 11, right? We can't reduce it into further values. So 12 is to 11 is the ratio of basic pay of former to latter, former to latter. Okay, so that is the basic idea. Then we will move on to the next question. So next is a question of related to a classroom, and this classroom is having 18 very tall boys. So there is a classroom, and out of in that classroom boys are there girls are there. Obvious, right? Every classroom is like that. So here 18 very tall boys are there. There are 18 very tall boys. If these constitute 3/4 of the boys, that means this 18 boys means they are 3/4 of the total number of boys. The total number of boys is x, 18 equal to 3/4 of x. Assuming if x is the total number of boys, 3/4 of this is equal to 18. That is explained there, right? So here we will get x as 24. 24 is the number of boys, right? Then what is explained there? Total number of boys is 2/3 of the total number of students. Total students, let it be T. 2/3 of, hope you won't be able to see that. Let it be T. 2/3 of these students, 2/3 of the total number of students, including boys and girls, is equal to the number of boys, 24. The total number of boys is 2/3 of the total number of students. So here it will become 12 and total number is 36. 36 is the total number of boys and girls. 24 is the number of boys, 36 is the total number of boys and girls. So girls will be 36 minus 24, that is 12 will be the number of girls in the class. Okay. So that is the basic idea. Now the next question, if there is a policy that 1/3 of the population of a community has migrated every year from one place to some other place. So let it be a country X. From the country, every year, this is first year, second year, third year, fourth year, fifth year, sixth year. Every year 1/3 will be migrated, isn't it? 1/3 of the population is migrated every year. So here, if there are X is there, 1/3 of X is migrated and 2/3 of X remains in the native place. If X is the total number of population in a country and 1/3 is migrating for the first year, 2/3 will be the remaining, isn't it? Again in the second year also, this is the remaining one now, right? Again 1/3 will be 1/3 of 2/3 of X will be migrated. Here what remains? 2/3 of 2/3 of X will be remaining, isn't it? Why? I hope this is clear for you. If 1/3 is there, I am assuming 1 is the total number, initial number, and 1/3 is gone, you will get 2/3, isn't it? So this will be the remaining ones after removing the 1/3. That is how we got the value, the fraction 2/3. So 1/3 is going out, 2/3 will be remaining. Out of the 2/3, again 1/3 is going out, so 2/3 will be remaining, isn't it? Again the next year also, 1/3 of 2/3 into 2/3 X will be going out, 2/3 of 2/3 into 2/3 X will be staying there. So this is happening how many years? 6 years. You can see, if in the first case 1 2/3 is there, in the second case 2 2/3s are there. Likewise, if we go on calculating, it will be a time consuming problem, and we need to write all these things, so it will not be a spacious problem. So what we note in from this information is that, if in the first year 1 2/3 is remaining, in the second year 2 2/3s are there in the remaining, in the third year 3 2/3s are there in the remaining. So in the sixth year 6 2/3s will be there in the 6 2/3s will indicate the remaining population. So 6 2/3s means what to say? 2/3 raised to 6. So So this is the only calculation which is required while doing this problem. All these are just for the sake of explanation. Whenever a problem comes like this, you just need to know what is the question asked. If they are asking who is migrating, we will take 1 by 3. If they are taking who is left over, we will taking 2 by 3. And we will just see how many years, 2 by 3 raised to 6 years, 2 by 3 raised to 6. What will become 4 by 9 cube, isn't it? 4 by 9 cube means 4 into 4, 16, 64 by 729. That is option D will be the answer. 64 by 729th of the population will be remaining in the native place. The rest will be gone, as if everyone is going to Europe, Gulf, searching for jobs and all, right. So that is the basic concepts. Next one, out of 120 applications for a post, 70 are male. 120 applications have came, 70 are from male, and so the remaining what will be there? 50 will be from female. The question is of 2013, otherwise we could have included the case of transgenders, right. So 70 are male, 50 is from female, and 80 have a driver's license. Driver's license is given for 80 are having driver's license. What is the ratio between minimum to maximum number of males having driving license? So minimum number of minimum case, that is only the least possibility that male having driving license is that all the females are having driving license, isn't it? If all the females are having driving license, what will be there? 80 minus 50, 30 will be the males who are having driving license, isn't it? If in the case maximum case, for a maximum what will we assume? All the males are having driving license. If all the males are having driving license, all those 70 will be having driving license, right. So this is the concept of the question. Here they are telling that minimum case that males are having driving license. Minimum case to have males driving license means minimum is a negative concept, right. That means the males should not have the driving license. So what will we do? First we will give all the license to the female, 50. Rest is 30 is there. Only that 30 can be acquired by the males. That is the least case, the minimum case. In the case of maximum case, what happens? We are giving first priority is given to the male itself. So all the males will get the license. So 70 is the concept of given to males. So what will be the ratio? 3:7 or 3:7 will be the ratio of driving license minimum to maximum number of males having driving license. So that is the basic idea in the question. And here next question, in a 500-meter race, there is a race track. It will be 1, 2. This is 500 meters long. B starts 45 meters ahead of A. This is A, this is B. B starts 45 meters ahead of A, but B starts from here, right. B is somewhat a lazy person, so he tells that no, you are bit faster than me, so I will start ahead so that I will be a better competition for you, because B knows that he is a good runner, right. But still A wins the race while B is still 35 meters behind. So when B got 35 meters behind, A wins the race. Is a better runner, a far better runner, right. So while A covers 500 meter, B covers what? That is a relevant question here. If A covers 500 meter, B covers only this much distance. What is this much distance? This much distance means 500 minus 45 minus 35, isn't it? That is 420. This is the distance covered by B, right? 420 is the distance covered by B. What are they asking? What is the ratio of speeds of A to B? So, speed of A to speed of B they are asking. We know that speed equal to distance by time, or we can say speed is directly proportional to distance, isn't it? If A covers 500 and B covers 420, this is the distances. How we will connect the distance to speed? Only because of that they are asking the ratio. They are not asking the values of speed, so we can't find out. They are asking just the ratio of speed. So we know ratio of speed is equal to ratio of distance. Why? They are directly related. So here we can write this is also in the ratio of 500 is to 420. So this becomes 25 is to 21 will be the final case. This thing in this question, just imagine how much is the length, what is run by B with respect to A. So we will get the distance covered by A and B, and here this is the relation which connects distance to speed, which is asked in the question. So this is the basic idea. You just keep in mind this basic idea. The remaining concept of speed and distance and time, everything we will explain in the coming lecture of speed, distance and time. So for the time being, I hope this thing is understood by you. This question can be classified both in the case of speed, speed, distance and time, or in the case of ratios. So this is the last question for the time being from this topic of ratio and proportion. The figure drawn below gives the velocity graphs of two vehicles A and B. The straight line OKP represents the velocity of vehicle A, while CKD is that of vehicle B, isn't it? And they are meeting at a point D. D is the end point. So what is the ratio between distances covered by vehicles A and B in the time interval OL? So in this question, one thing you have to understand correctly is that distance from velocity time graph, or we can say area under velocity time graph, will give you the distance or displacement, right? Area under VT graph will give you the displacement, as it is velocity, it's not speed time, isn't it? So area under velocity time graph will give you the displacement. This is the idea applied in the case of the question. So for the case of vehicle A is there. Vehicle A is covering what distance? Vehicle A is the distance covered by vehicle A is of OKP. Velocity is given by OKP, right? So area under the line OKP. Area under the line OKP is of that of a triangle, right? What is the area of a triangle? Area of a triangle is half into base into height, right? This is a triangle, and this is the base, this is the height, half into BH will give you the area, right? So half into base into height is the area. So what is this base and height here? This is half into what? OL into PL is the base and the height of this triangle. Which triangle? Triangle OLP. This is the area under the velocity time graph specified by, given by A, vehicle A, right? So vehicle A is plotting a graph OKP and the area under that is given in the triangle OLP, and of that half into OL into PL is the area. Here we will rewrite this OL, here will let the OL be here, PL can be written as PD plus LD, right? PL is PD plus LD. What is PD? Half into LD is PD plus LD, become 3 by 2 of LD will be the value of PL, right? So we can substitute the value here. This will be 3 by 2 of LD. So this will become about 3 by 4 of OL into LD will give you the area under the area of the graph which is plotted by vehicle A, right? So we got the case of vehicle A. Now the case of vehicle B. Vehicle B is also covering some area, is covering a distance which is plotted by line CKD, right? In the case of CKD, what is the area? This is length into breadth, right? There is a rectangle, the area is L and B is given, length into breadth will give you the area, right? L into B will give you the area. So here also area is length into breadth, that is OL into LD, isn't it? So here it is OL into LD, here it is 3 by 4 OL into LD. So what will be the ratio of A and B? Ratio of distances, distance of A to distance of B can be written as 3 by 4 of OL into LD is that of A, and OL into LD is the case of that of B. We can cut all these things. So the ratio will become 3 by 4 or 3:4 will be the ratio of the distances covered by vehicle A and vehicle B. So here the basic idea is that if you need to find out the distance from a VT graph, area under the curve, area under the line will give you the distance or displacement corresponding to speed or velocity. So that is the basic idea with which we will be able to solve this very easily, isn't it? So with this we are concluding the session of ratio and proportion. So these are the questions which have been asked in the previous year questions. I hope you will be able to understand this session, and I expect your valuable feedback so that I can improve much more in the coming topics. Okay, so thank you.